Hello and welcome to Henry Wheeler's Movie Reviews, where I take a look at films I've never seen before, but others like you all have done. And considering Prey is out, the prequel to Predator, I thought let's have a look at the original 1987 Arnold Schwarzenegger-led film, Predator. I know very little about the lore of this franchise. I did watch the Alien vs Predator film a few years after it came out, and it was pretty rubbish. I don't know what to expect from this film particularly. I don't mind Schwarzenegger in films, obviously I have covered films of his, but we'll see how we go with this. I don't really have any expectations, high or low, so let's see what happens. As you can see, I shaved. So, we follow Arnold Schwarzenegger as Dutch, which presumably is an ironic nickname given he's Austrian, although in loads of these films he plays US characters, especially in True Lies, although maybe that wasn't his actual name, because he was an agent, so maybe he changed his name for the CIA, or he's the leader of a mercenary task force who are on a mission to save hostages in an unspecified Central American country from insurgents, and while there they get picked off one by one by the Predator, an alien with a very particular set of skills they've acquired over a very long career, skills that make them a nightmare for people like Arnie. They will look for him, they will find him, and they will kill him. This was much better than I anticipated it would be. It's clear, it seems based on what happens in the film, that the writers were probably pretty coked up when they dreamed this up. But I really don't care. It's brash and explosive, but in a really great and fun way. Especially in the first act, where the team find one of the rebels after seemingly blowing up everything and everyone. It reminded me of Team America World Police, where they just absolutely decimate Paris and then they're like, yay, we stopped the terrorists. But I mean that in a positive way. It doesn't take itself too seriously, there are a lot of quips, but I thought that they worked in that environment. And it's also got some iconic quotes in it, such as, I ain't got time to bleed, stick around, get to the chopper, do it now! Arnie's great fun in this, and he's well cast in the role, as is Carl Weathers from Arrested Development fame.
There's still plenty of meat on that bone. Now you take this home, throw it in a pot, add some broth, a potato, baby, you got a stew going.
Who is terrific as his comrade who fought with him in Vietnam. Though, quick bit of trivia, actor Richard Chavez in the film was a Vietnam veteran himself. There's just something very charming about Schwarzenegger. My friend said that he's probably the best ever non-actor film star, and he may have a good point there. The story and idea is pretty good, and the script is solid, moving everything along at a good pace, with some zingers thrown in for good measure. And interestingly enough, the king of zingers, Shane Black, has a role in this as one of the crew, though he doesn't appear to have a writing credit, and I don't think he's really acted in anything else. This is like literally it, so I don't know how he got this gig. Maybe they liked Lethal Weapon or something. He did tell in one of the sequels though, but I heard that apparently it's not very good.
If your mom's vagina were a video game, it'd be rated E for everyone.
The visual effects here are really tremendous though. The cloaking shield that the Predator has, it looks great, and the other elements look good for its time too, and have just aged really well. The costume design also is really top notch, especially with the moment where you have the reveal of the Predator's face.
One ugly motherfucker.
Apparently it was James Cameron's idea to add the mandibles to the Predator's mouth. He's certainly a good ideas man, just not so great at the executions. Yeah, I saw Avatar the other day. John McTiernan's direction also works well, and it's amazing to think he made this and Die Hard 1 year apart from each other, pretty much back to back. It has one of the best action finales that I've ever seen. It's really great to see Schwarzenegger trying to get the Predator at their own game by going through a more primitive approach instead of just shooting aimlessly. I'm sure that's not what they're supposed to be doing, but it sure looks like that. The way he outsmarts them is pretty great. Which also leads me into Prey, the prequel, which I did eventually see. Given the ending of Predator, it's cool seeing this approach taken through the whole film, and Amber Midthunder is a really knockout, and I like the design of the Predator 2. I watched the Comanche language version, and it's a shame that it wasn't the default option, but they did a pretty terrific job of making the dub sound and look as good as it does. It does match the mouth movements reasonably well. It's certainly the best that we could hope for, and I'm glad that they did that. I suggest that everyone watches that version of it, and it just really makes the experience a lot more authentic.
I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
But back to Predator, I think it's a really bombastic thrill ride that has a lot going for it. It's just a lot of fun.
I'm gonna also give this 8 out of 10.
I'm not sure which of the films that I prefer. I think maybe Predator I enjoyed a little bit more. I mean, they're neck and neck. They're both really, really terrific. It's nice to see more stories of Indigenous Americans which don't revolve around a white saviour. It's much needed, especially after having watched Avatar. I'll get to that at another point. So, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. You can also follow me on Letterboxd. I've got more stuff coming your way, so stick around for that. Bye.